But if you're getting beaten man, stop running it. Otherwise, you wind up like Notre Dame.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good segue.
That's a good.
In the national championship, we get to dive into it a little bit here.
Man, I'm telling you what, Ohio State's offense was humming. I mean, humming good.
Yeah, with an end of game QBR for Will Howard of 150.5.
80%. 80% he threw.
He only threw the ball. He only had 21 pass attempts, which is insane considering Ohio State's passing team.
2 TDs, 2 of them to Travion Travion Smith. Jeremiah Smith, excuse me. I'm sorry.
He only threw 1 touchdown to Jeremiah Smith.
All right.
He threw the other one to Quinshawn Junkins, who had a 3-touchdown game.
Oh, yeah.
Which, this is the nutty part. How did Will Howard win offensive MVP? I just don't understand.
Anquan Jenkins, 11 carries, 100 yards, and 2 TDs.
Who is Anquan Jenkins?
Or
Quinshawn Junkins.
Quinshawn Junkins.
You just pulled a random name out of
He broke
out of the hat.
Huh?
3 records in that game, so I could see why.
Will Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, with the completion percentage and the streak at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
13 completions in one game.
But
The completion percentage.
But 13 touches for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns?
I'm not saying that that's not great.
Yeah.
But I'm just explaining to you why they probably gave it to him.
Even Will Howard said Quinshawn Junkins should have been the MVP.
Well, of course he's going to say that.
Well, of course he said that. He's going to say that.
Would you say that?
No.
You wouldn't.
If I win MVP, it's because I'm the best. Remember, I can be a bit cocky at times. Okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot who I was talking to.
I deny nothing. Now,
I do have to give Notre Dame credit.
absolutely.
They absolutely started coming back.
I seen a stat after the first drive. Riley Leonard had 36 rushing yards.
Yeah.
He finished the game with 40. They stopped running the QB draw, which was what was working.
Yeah.
And I think what we learned from watching Notre Dame versus Ohio State, the QB draw or the QB run is unsustainable. You can't do it for an entire game because your quarterback will get tired.
Yeah.
And the quarterback's not. And I think the big thing is running backs can sub in and out. Quarterbacks can't do that.
No.
Wide receivers can sub in and out. Quarterbacks can't
do that. Yep.
Defenses can sub in and out. Your quarterback can't do that.
Nope.
So I think you wind up in this area where the best player on the field for your team is Riley Leonard.
Yep.
It's not close. He's a fantastic player. He's got the heart of a champion. He deserves a lot more than a loss.
Jeremiah Love is another one of their best players.
Yep.
But they just couldn't get him going.
Jeremiah Love's a great player.
Yep.
Jaden Greathouse, he played one hell of a game.
Really stepped up.
Yeah, he did.
Like, they needed somebody to step up, and Greathouse was like, "Here, hold my beer."
Yeah, Jordan Faison, I thought he was their best receiver, but in that game, Ohio State hemmed him up real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greathouse showed out in the second half.
I just hate that they couldn't get Jeremiah. They locked Jeremiah Love up.
Yeah, they did.
And they were like, "Man, we need to be able to sustain a run."
Well, in fairness, I mean, they didn't give Jeremiah Love many opportunities to run the ball.
They did.
It's like they stopped after 4 carries. They're like, "Man, we can't get anything going with it."
The first drive. After the first drive, they stopped running the ball.
They just gave up on him.
Yeah,
and you can't give up on the run. They
replaced it with a QB
to get the passing game going. You got to get the running game going.
They replaced the QB draw was flung.
Yeah, they replaced it with the QB draw because it was working. But like Chuck said, it's unsustainable.
Yeah. Riley Leonard was super inaccurate in the first half. That second half, though, he played lights out.
Yeah.
Well, he kept getting it to Greathouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing great ball in that second half. It was honestly, from going from a 31-7 lead, it actually put you on the edge of your seat at a certain point.
Yeah.
Which is highly impressive. Especially knowing Ohio State prior to the playoff was a second half team. When it came to the playoff, they just started blowing teams out in the first half and then sitting on a lead.
That's what I feel like they were doing in the second half.
You know what I admire the most is the coach for Notre Dame. He admit some of it was his fault. Some of the coaching adjustments was his fault. And some of the period.
I think he's a great coach.
He is.
He really is. I love his demeanor. I love the fact that we got the first African American or black head coach in a national championship.
Yep.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
That's great.
Yes, that's
a beautiful storyline.
Beautiful.
He's also the first Asian head coach to make a national championship.
Yep.
So he broke barriers there too.
Yep. Loved his coaching, his so much enthusiasm for his team. And a coach, I've never seen a coach love his team as much as he does.
I could see why NFL teams wanted him.
Yeah, I can too. Yeah. And I think one of the big things to note when it comes to, that game, and I feel a little bad for Notre Dame because after Ohio State lost to Michigan, it put a chip on their shoulder.
Big one.
For the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Rest of the year. They were playing like they had to play this way to save Ryan Day.
Yep.
And they played ball.
Like
this is I know I'm an Ohio State fan. I know sometimes biases can be created that way. But if me looking at it, I see what I seen there was the most historic run of any team in college football.
Right.
They beat 6 teams that made the playoff.
I have never seen Will Howard play as a quarterback this well throughout the playoffs and the national championship.
They beat 6 of those teams.
9-1. And Notre Dame was ranked.
They beat number 9, 1, 5, 7, 10, 6.
Yeah.
Because they beat Penn State and Indiana in the regular season.
Right.
They beat 6 of the other 11 playoff teams.
Yeah.
And the weirdest thing is they won by double digits in all 4 of their playoff games.
Right. Absolutely, 100%.
Beating out the best team in the nation in Oregon. Beating out Tennessee, a very tough Tennessee team. Beating a very good Texas team. And beating a very, very solid Notre Dame team.
I know.
Yeah.
Tennessee and Texas will be back.
Oh, yeah. Notre Dame will be back.
Nico Lamaliva.
Georgia.
Iamaliva, yeah.
Yeah.
Iamaliava.
He's only going to get better.
Yeah.
I could see Georgia coming back.